Yo, welcome back to another episode of Great Conversations and Guests, man. It's your boy Turbo. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Great Conversations and Guests, man. It's your boy Turbo. I'm back with another episode, Joe. I ain't gonna lie, I've been missing y'all. I've been waiting to get back in front of this camera, man. Y'all already know season 2. I hope y'all been tuning in to my last episode with my boy Tariq Hakeem. He just dropped some new shit too. Make sure y'all go tune in that. But I've been waiting to get back into this, man. Football back. You already know, man. It's season 2. And I ain't gonna lie, NFL just kicked off the season the right way. We finna get into all that though. We gonna get into the top games. You feel me? I'm gonna tell y'all some of my takeaways and from the games, what I like, what I didn't like. You feel me? And I'm gonna give y'all my predictions about the upcoming week and about tonight's game too. The Commanders versus the Packers, which I feel like gonna be a real good game. But y'all already know. First thing, like, comment, and subscribe on this video. You already know. You feel me? We gonna drive right into it. You feel me? So like I say, man, the NFL really just did their thing. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to the motherfucker, whoever made the NFL schedule for week 1, cause you couldn't start off a week 1 doing nothing better than what you just did. You had rivals, motherfuckers, motherfuckers who put other motherfuckers out, motherfuckers who put other people out in the playoffs. You feel me? Conference games early. You feel me? So it was real epic, and it was real all over the place. I ain't gonna lie, I was real excited watching all them games. You feel me? But let's dive into it though. You feel me? Let's dive into some of these good games though. You feel me? First game first. Off the back, the opening it up. Opener was a great game. You feel me? Cowboys, Eagles, a rivalry. You feel me? An NFC conference game. You already know what was going on. You feel me? The Eagles ended up winning 24-20. It was a real close game, closer than what I thought. You feel me? A lot of people saying it was closer like that because Jalen Carter did that goof ass shit at the beginning of the game. He done spit on Dak Prescott, but it came out that he thought Dak was trying. He thought Dak was trying to spit on him type shit. You feel me? So that's why he spit it on him. But it is what it is. But both teams really played good. You feel me? If you ask me, you feel me? But one thing that I did notice early in the game, especially when Philly took the field, the post Micah Parsons errors had started in Dallas already. You feel me? That defense already looked different. Don't get me wrong though. That secondary played a hell of a game. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, them boys couldn't get off. Dallas Garter did his thing, you feel me? But ultimately they played a real good game. Held Jalen Hurts only 150 yards passing. But as far as like getting pressure to the quarterback and all that, man, it wasn't a good night for the Cowboys. I ain't gonna lie. They was all out of their rush lanes, and Jalen Hurts was able to just scramble all over the place, had all time in the pocket. But like I said, Dallas secondary played a good game. You feel me? But I ain't gonna lie, they gonna have to fix that. Hopefully, Kenny Clark, they got him in that trade. Hopefully, when he play, it's gonna make a difference on that defensive line. But I ain't gonna lie, they gonna have to show it. But on the flip side, you feel me? Shout out to Dak because he came back. You feel me? He been gone since last season. You feel me? He came back off that injury. He played a real solid game. You feel me? Had his team in a chance to win the game, but I ain't gonna lie, it was all on CD Lamb. He dropped 4 passes. You feel me? And then he dropped 2 in a clutch. You feel me? Down the stretch when they needed the most. So you feel me? That's a game they could have won that they should have won. You feel me? And man, I ain't gonna lie, it was just a real good game. So, but hopefully Dallas build off that. You feel me? Off that offensively, you feel me, and can go further with that. But defensively, they definitely gonna have to go back to film and see what's going on. You feel me? But ultimately, the Eagles, to me, their offense looked it okay. Like I said, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown couldn't really get off. You know how that's gonna turn out real soon if AJ Brown don't keep getting the ball. You feel me? But defensively, like I was telling my homie before, they lost a couple of key players. They lost a corner. They lost a nice safety. Brandon Graham ended up leaving. He retired. They lost the edge rusher. So that team do look different. And like I say, the Cowboys looked good. You feel me? So when they playing a better team than the Cowboys, we gonna see what's going on. You feel me? But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about that Cowboys versus Eagles game and what stood out to y'all. You feel me? The next game I'm gonna get into is y'all already know I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'm gonna go into the Chiefs game. You feel me? And I already know what y'all gonna say is woo woo, the Chiefs over with, they weak, they trash, this, and that. But don't forget, everything still got to run through Kansas City at the end of the day. You feel me? This ain't the first time we lost a home opener. But I will say that I'm real just disappointed in how the defense looked overall. I feel like our secondary definitely needs some help. We're gonna definitely need some help in that secondary. It can't just be Trent McDuffie out there. We got Brian Cooks at safety. He cool, and they got a couple of people here and there, but they need some more better players, especially on the other side of Trent McDuffie on the outside corner. Other than injuries to who? Injuries to who? The Kansas City or to Dallas and Eagles?
That man Big said y'all two receivers down.
Yeah, and that was another thing. Our two receivers down. Rasheed Rice serving the suspension, and Xavier Worthy got hit on a crazy ass play with Travis Kelce, which was crazy as hell. I don't even see how you bump a motherfucker that hard. You supposed to be running your route. You feel me? But that hurt us too. You feel me? But I ain't really too much worried about that because uh we got Pat Mahomes, so he gonna make it do what it do. Travis Kelce still out there. One thing I'm concerned about is Pacheco had 5 carries for 40 yards. You feel me? You gotta run the ball with him when y'all was when y'all won those last two Super Bowls with him. Y'all gotta run the ball with him 12, 15 times. Run that ball with him. You feel me? Let him get them yards, because the more you feed him, the harder he go. And that's what you gonna have to lean on while y'all receivers out. You have to lean on that running game. Pat Mahomes can't be leading the team in rushing yards. You feel me? He ain't that type of player. You put him in risk, he can get hurt, and once he get hurt, then the season really over with. You feel me? But that's why I said I ain't really worried about our offense like that. Pat Mahomes still threw for 258 yards. He had a passing touchdown and he had a rushing touchdown. This is the defense. Justin Herbert just threw the ball all over the place. 318 yards, 3 touchdowns. You feel me? He looked real comfortable. He wasn't pressure like that, but he did get pressure like that. He got out the pocket. We did get a couple of sacks, but it's all still about the defense. Like I said, I feel like we still need probably another edge rusher on the opposite side of Kurt Loftus, to help Kurt Loftus and Chris Jones. You feel me? I feel like we need another one more person. I wanted them to get Zadarius Smith. I thought they was, but they didn't. You feel me? But I feel like we need another edge rusher to make that D line just more complete. We got the linebacker core. You feel me? Our linebacker core, Leo Chanel, uh, uh, Tranquil, they all good. Nick Bolton, they all good. It's the secondary and that D line that's gonna need to fix. But the Chargers looked real good, man. I ain't gonna lie, Justin Herbert, he looked like a top 5 quarterback in the league out there passing the ball. He sealed the game on that.
That man Big said Eagles defense better. Jalen Carter back. I'm taking
You take it Philly for sure. But like I said though, a lot of people said that Jalen Carter was the reason why the Cowboys were still leaving the game, and I can agree with that because they ran the ball straight up the middle. They just was running that bitch right up the gut,
Chris Covington said Chargers real good.
Yeah, Chargers a real threat, especially if Justin Herbert playing like that. He gonna keep playing like that because he really don't turn the ball over. I feel like Harbaugh coming up was a big help for him. And it's starting to show. You feel me? It took a little time last season. You probably just had to get adjusted to him, but this year that offense looked real good. And then the nigga Johnson was just going crazy. That's what was blowing me. He was just going crazy. That nigga can't catch a cold. That nigga had 2 touchdowns. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? That's how I know our secondary in Kansas City is just trash. You feel me? That secondary is trash. It's not gonna hold up. And if that's gonna be a reason why we behind in a lot of games or we lose a lot of games. It's gonna be because of that reason. You feel me? But the Chargers end up winning that game 21-27. It was a little more time on the clock. We probably could have made something happen. But we're gonna better luck next week. Fuck it. You feel me? Bro. But one of my favorite games on Sunday was the Jets versus the Steelers. You feel me? And that was my favorite game just because you feel me. If I'm a big Justin Fields fan. You feel me? I'm a big Justin Fields fan. I was rooting for him when he was in Chicago, even though I'm not a Chicago Bears fan. I was rooting for Justin Fields just because he was a baller in college. You feel me? Showed everything you needed in a quarterback. You feel me? I just feel like he ain't had his real chance to shine. And you feel me? I feel like with the Steelers in the beginning of that season, he was leading to that. You feel me? He had that team 4-2. His stats weren't off the charts, but he was getting a job done. You feel me? But Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers playing against the Jets. The Jets basically told him, man, you washed up. We don't want you no more. You feel me? The Steelers basically told Justin Fields, like, man, we're going to go with Aaron Rodgers. So that's why that was my favorite game. I feel like both players had something to prove and had something to show. Like, they really can do it. You feel me? But
happy for he about to get a bag.
he finna get a bag, especially, and this what I want to say before I get into anything. The Jets just gotta find themselves defensively. You feel me? They gave up a lot of points. They gave up 34 points. That defense is very good. You feel me? That defense is very good. They got some good people on that D line. They got a solid linebacker. They got Sauce Gardner and a couple of them boys in the secondary. Sauce Gardner was playing a good ass game. He really made a good ass play on DK Metcalf in a clutch in that game. It just the ball ended up in his hand miraculously. You feel me? That was a good play on the ball and everything. He just ended up with the ball. You feel me? But they gotta establish their defense on what they is. Is they gonna be a heavy pass rush blitz? They gonna be getting a lot of turnovers. They gotta be able to establish that. And if Justin Fields able to perform like he did in week 1, that team gonna be a playoff team for sure. I ain't gonna lie to you. That team gonna be a playoff team for sure. Now, on the other side, the Steelers, I'm happy for my boy Aaron Rodgers because everybody was just thinking he was just washed up. It was over with for him. He too old. They forgot that this is a bad man. You feel me? This is a very bad man. I got into a lot of arguments with people when I was saying like, man, he a better passer than Brady. All this, and then Tom Brady came out and said Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT. So I ain't arguing with nobody no more about who is the greatest thrower of the football no more. I don't want to hear it. Right now, it's Aaron Rodgers. In a few years, to me, it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes. You feel me? That's just how it's gonna be. You feel me? But Aaron Rodgers came out there and balled, man. He threw 4 touchdown passes. You feel me? He looked real good. He was moving around in the pocket, making throws on the run. I'm talking about he looked at like a vintage Aaron Rodgers with Green Bay. You feel me? He ain't look washed up. You feel me? But that's probably because he had a little more time that healed that Achilles. You feel me? I feel like I said last season, I feel like he rushed to get back just to show the Jets he can play and show everybody and try to shut everybody up. I feel like he wasn't really ready. You feel me? And that was showing. But I feel like now, I feel like he probably 100% and he gonna shine. You feel me? Only thing I say is that defense got to get it together too. They can't give up 32 points a game. They can't be giving up all them points a game. TJ Watt, they just paid you that bag, bro. They just paid TJ. They just paid you that bag, bro. You gotta show up, bro. You gotta show up. Justin Fields was running that bitch. He was throwing that bitch. Like you gotta show up. You feel me? Jalen Ramsey, hey, you feel me? He showed why you brung him over there. You feel me? Clutch moment, he came up big time. You feel me? But that defense definitely got to get it together too. And but I ain't really too worried about that defense because, like I say, T.J. Watt, he just got paid that bag. You feel me? He gonna make it do what it do. And the Steelers should. They really a playoff team every year. So that ain't never really you ain't even got to worry about the Steelers being a playoff team. As long as they got a nice quarterback, a solid quarterback, they gonna be in the playoffs. Now the one thing I want to say other than the defense, they gonna need a running back. I don't know why they gave up Najee Harris. I don't know why they gave up Najee Harris. Jalen Warren, he nice, but I don't really like him like that. I don't think he a every down back. I think he a like a third down back or a gadget back type shit like that. He good in the passing game for sure. You feel me? But I feel like they gonna really need a rushing game because when you think about Steelers football, they always had a good quarterback, they always had a good rushing game, and they always had nice receivers. The offense always been nice. Right now, they got DK Metcalf. That's gonna be cool, but they probably gonna need another receiver. You feel me? Calvin Austin, he we gonna see, but I feel like they gonna need another receiver and they gonna need another running back. So we're gonna see what they gonna do. Y'all leave a comment and let me know what y'all think the Steelers need to make this team complete. Because Aaron Rodgers just looked real good. You feel me? And it was a real close game, 34-32. Boswell kicked a 60. I ain't gonna lie, we finna be seeing the most longest field goals. Buddy kicked a 70-yard field goal in the preseason. Boswell just kicked a 60-yard field goal with ease. I'm talking about with ease to to take the lead in that game. So I ain't gonna lie, the Steelers might be decent. Uh, Another game we gonna get into is the Bucks versus Atlanta. You feel me? Real close game. It was a real nice game. The Bucks ended up pulling it out 23-20. I was just talking to my boy Chris. He say, man, Baker Mayfield look real good. I say, I ain't gonna lie, he do. I say, ain't gonna lie, he do. The Bucks showed they believed in him. They gave him the keys to the car, and he driving that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, he balled last year, 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns. He threw 16 picks, but man, he balled out. You feel me? He got them in the playoffs, had a chance to win. You feel me? You can't ask for more. You feel me? But the Bucks, the Bucks gonna be nice. That rookie they got, what's his name? Amuka. Uh, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but Amuka, some shit like that on bro. His ass nice. I ain't gonna lie, his ass nice. He a nice route runner on bro, and he got good hands on bro. Him and having a nice receiver like Mike Evans on the side of you, a nice veteran receiver like Mike Evans on the side of you, he finna eat. I ain't gonna lie, he gonna eat. And then when Chris,
That man Big said they lucky Cool missed that field goal to tie the game.
man, that's what I'm saying. That's man, you feel me? Like, cause it was a real. That's what I was finna get into. I was just finna get into Atlanta, cause Penix Jr. looked it good. I ain't gonna lie, Penix Jr. looked it real good. He was throwing the ball, slinging the ball. He showed his arm strength. He showed his mobility. He was able to move around. A lot of people thought he wasn't mobile like that because in college he didn't really move around like that. He just threw from the pocket. He showed he can get outside the pocket, make plays with his legs if he need to, throw on a run. You feel me? And he had them and had a chance to win. You feel me? B. John Robinson looked real good. I feel like he gonna have a real big season from scrimmage. I say he gonna go for almost 2,000 yards for scrimmage. You feel me? I don't know, but he had almost 100 receiving yards in that game. You feel me? You already know what he's gonna do on the rushing side. You feel me? I feel like Penix Jr. finna get Kyle Pitts more in this offense, and that's what's gonna make this offense really, really go. You got Drake London, you got the nice running back, you got Penix Jr. He looked real good. You feel me? On bro. So they just gotta build off that. They just gotta build off that. And like I said, the Bucks are a real good team. The Bucks defense showed up late. Antoine Winfield, Penix Jr. almost had a real good pass up the sideline at last minute. He was able to come in and break it up right before Koo missed the field goal. So it could have been 7. They could have gave up 7. They came up big on defense. So look out for the Bucks to be the Bucks gonna be a real good team that you need to look out for too. Because as long as Baker Mayfield playing at the level he playing at and he not turning the ball over, the Bucks gonna be good. They got Bucky Irvin, a real nice running back. They got 2 nice running backs. You feel me? Him and White. You feel me? They got a nice tight end, and you got Chris Godwin supposed to be coming back. You got Mike Evans,
Chris Covington said
Baker for
he
MVP
said look at his last 2 seasons, C numbers.
for sure, for sure that. But he got a this. I feel like this because I feel like last year was kind of crazy. A lot of people was balling. He got a he definitely gonna have a chance. Like I say, if he able to not turn the ball over and be the winning Baker Mayfield, he gonna be cool. I promise you, he gonna be cool. Just
That man Big said he not winning MVP though when you got Josh Allen and Lamar out here.
doing what they doing. Hey, keep that. We gonna get into that soon. You feel me? Oh, bro. But Baker Mayfield is all about how it's played. Like that's why I say I don't know about MVP, but playoff contending team, he definitely gonna have the Bucks in there for a playoff contending team. You feel me? Then they got Todd Bowles, a defensive head coach, a defensive minded head coach. So you know that defense gonna lock in every time. You feel me? On bro. Now the game I really want to get into, another game I want to get into is the Bengals versus the Browns. Cause I'm trying to see what the fuck went on with Joe Burrow. He only had 113 yards passing. He threw for 6. They had 6 total yards offense in the second half. That shit was mind blowing to me. You feel me? But at the same time, the Browns got some nice players on defense. They got Newsome at corner. They got Denzel Ward at the other corner. They got some real nice linebackers. You got Myles Garrett coming off the end. They got the rookie from Michigan, Mason Graham. He nice. You know, they got some players. The defense always been looking good since for the last 3 years. They just been looking for a consistent quarterback play. That's it. And like I said, Joe Flacco is not it. He threw 2 interceptions. Look, when you got Joe Burrow and them on the ropes like that, I'm talking about Jamar Chase can't get none. T. Higgins can't get none. You feel me? Like when you got them on the ropes like that, you got to be able to make plays. You got to be able to make plays and capitalize off stuff like this. Now I ain't gonna put it all on Joe Flacco, but he did throw 2 picks. But the kicker missed the field goal. He missed the go ahead field goal. He got to make that too for sure. You feel me? But when you got Joe Burrow and them down like that, and they offense can't get it going, y'all got to be able to put the gas on offense and try to take over. Because one thing you don't want is for the Browns defense to be coming out and playing like this, average letting teams average 17 points. You feel me? Especially a high power offense. You seen what Joe Burrow did last year. Seen what Joe Burrow did. Him and Jamar Chase did last year. You feel me? And T. Higgins. You come out and you hold them to that. If you the Browns and you the playing defense, you don't want an offense that come out there and don't give you nothing. Because it's just like, man, you going out there and playing defense for no reason. Y'all ain't scoring no touchdowns. They scored 1 touchdown, and after that was all field goals. And and really kudos to the Bengals because going into this season, everybody was questioning they defense. You feel me? And don't get me wrong, Joe Flacco is at quarterback. You feel me? So we got to keep that in factor too. But they went in and they did what they needed to do. You feel me? They did what they needed to do, and that's what it come down to, and they won. But for Joe Burrow and them, hopefully they get it going because man, they just dropped a sack on T. Higgins and they just dropped a sack on motherfucking Jamar Chase. Y'all can't be going out there and only passing for 113 yards, 1 catch for motherfucking 7 yards and shit like that. You know, you gotta show them why they paid you them big bucks on bro. You can't be like, oh yeah, look at last season. Oh, it's what about this year? You feel me? But the Browns, I feel like they gonna make a quarterback switch real soon. I feel like they're gonna make a quarterback switch real soon. I say about week 3. Cause I'm telling you, I know Joe Flacco is not finna play no good games. Now they finna play the Ravens after this. You feel me? You're gonna play another tough team after this. You feel me? So he gonna turn the ball over some more. And I feel like they gonna put in Dylan Gabriel, try to see what he gonna do. But ultimately I'm pushing for I think the Browns gonna let Shedeur Sanders close out the season. You feel me? That's my hot take for the season. I feel like Shedeur Sanders is gonna close out the season as the Browns starting quarterback for sure. You feel me? Bro.
Chris
Uh,
Covington said lost 3, Dylan lost. They gonna put Dylan.
Yeah, after 3 losses, they gonna put Dylan in because they got a tough schedule. They first 3 games is very tough. Bro, they first 3 games very tough. You can be down 0-2 real soon, and when you down 0-2, man, it's gonna be in shambles. You feel me? And they already was saying like reports was coming out that the head coach losing the locker room right now because they not playing who the team really want to play at quarterback. You feel me? And on top of that, uh the rookie Judkins ain't get to play either. So I want to see what that offense gonna look like when they insert him up in there too. So my hot take, I'm taking Shedeur Sanders. He gonna get the key. He gonna be the starting quarterback for the Browns for sure. I think so, bro. Another game we gonna get into though is the Packers versus the Lions. Now I was in my Madden chat with my homies now. You know I'm trolling like a motherfucker. The way the Packers just made the Lions look, I say man, the Packers finna win a division. Them boys went crazy in that motherfucker on me, bro. They went crazy. I say, man, hey, I'm just calling it how I see it, bro. Especially if the Packers gonna be playing like that, as long as Jordan Love ain't turning the ball over, you know the Packers gonna be a playoff team. They got some weapons over there. You feel me? They got the receiver Reed. They got Romeo Dobbs. You know they got Josh Jacobs at running back. You feel me? They got Kraft at tight end. Then on the defensive side, not even just Michael Parsons. They got a nice defensive line. You feel me? Then you add in Michael Parsons. On bro, that man, he got his first sack as a Packer, and he hulked Jerry Goff down for that motherfucking sack. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny because he ran his ass down. But you seen the impact instantly. You seen the impact he made on the Packers defense, and you see the impact that he left on the Cowboys defense. You feel me? You see the energies in the teams different already, shorty, and it's like, man, I ain't gonna lie. The Packers looked good. You feel me? They held Josh. They held Jameer Gibbs and they held Montgomery to nothing. Them boys couldn't run the ball. They couldn't do nothing. They couldn't pass the ball. Them boys couldn't do nothing. They literally couldn't do nothing. They had them boys on wax. I ain't gonna lie. Them boys couldn't do nothing. Michael Parsons and that defensive line I ain't gonna even keep just saying Michael Parsons because he only played 30 snaps. You feel me? He only played like 29, 30 snaps. The other people they was putting in that motherfucker was going crazy, getting out the Jared Goff, shutting them boys down. I'm talking about the Packers looked it real nice. You feel me? And like I say, I've been saying this. I said this last season. Long as Jordan Love ain't throwing picks, he threw a pick in every game last season. More than one in some games. You feel me? He threw a pick in every game. He can't do that. And as long as he protect the ball, the Packers gonna be a playoff team. And they could, and if they playing like that, they might be the biggest threats to the Eagles right now. That's one of the teams I feel like gonna be the biggest threats of the Eagles right now. You feel me? But y'all let me know what y'all think about the Packers though and the Lions though.
Covington said this gonna go down as one of the worst.
Ever. On bro, ever. Especially, man, I ain't gonna lie, especially if the Cowboys season turn out ugly. Oh my God, I ain't gonna lie, Jerry ain't gonna never lay that down. It ain't gonna be nothing you can do to lay that down because ain't nobody want Michael Parsons to leave but you. You feel me? That's what it's gonna look like. And if the Packers able to even sniff the Super Bowl with Michael Parsons, that's just a whole nother story. You see what I'm saying? But I want to see how this season finna unfold for both teams though, because I feel like both teams he need to make an impact on that Packers team, and the Cowboys need to show that shit. Like Jerry said, man, by him not paying Michael Parsons that money, he can spend that money somewhere else. What the fuck you finna spend that money at the end? We finna see. You feel me? Because you need some help on that defensive line for sure. On road. The Ravens and the Bills, man. Let's get to it, bro. Cause everybody been talking about it, man. How the fuck the Ravens lose? How the fuck the Ravens lose? How the fuck the Ravens lose? I just told my boy TJ, I say, man, they lost cause shit. Straight up, they ain't got no defensive line, bro. Bro, they couldn't contain Josh Allen, bro. That man had 27 yards of offense by himself. By himself. He threw for then 250 in the fourth quarter alone. You feel me? And and this the thing, y'all was up, bro. Like this the type of shit I can't put on Lamar Jackson. You see what I'm saying? This is the type of shit I can't put on Lamar Jackson. It's been too many times when he got the lead shit is cool. Y'all just gotta go out there and make stops, get stops. Y'all couldn't get no stops. They couldn't get no stops. And they got too much talent. They got too much talent on that defense for them to give up that many points and that little bitty of time. You feel me? You got Kyle Hamilton, one of the best safeties in the league right now. You feel me? You just went and got Jair Alexander. You feel me? You got Marlon Humphreys. You got Nate Wiggins who just came off a nice rookie campaign. You feel me? You got Roquan Smith. You got some nice linebackers. You feel me? They need some people on that defensive line. That's where they need the help at. They couldn't get to the quarterback. And when you can't get to Josh Allen or you can't get him rattled, you know what this man gonna do, bro. You know what this man gonna do. They've been doing the same thing for the last 2, 3 years, bro. Even if they losing, bro. When it come down to it, Josh Allen got the ball in his hand. He finna run, bro. Everybody know this. He finna run. He don't got no top wide receiver right now. So if people watching film, it's all about containing him, bro. You gotta be able to contain him, and your secondary really just gotta lock in. He ain't got no Stephon Diggs. Keon Coleman, we finna see is he gonna emerge into that superstar that he's supposed to have been last year. You feel me? He showed glimpses, but at the same time he showed why he was a rookie. You feel me? Dropped a lot of passes, a lot of clutch passes and stuff like touchdowns and stuff like that too. You feel me? So, but I just know Josh Allen is going to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? If he getting out that pocket is when he his most dangerous. If you can keep him in that pocket, I won't. If I got Josh Allen throwing from the pocket every time, I feel like I can win that game. Once he get to getting out the pocket and scrambling around and all that, it's a wrap for you. It's a wrap for you because if your corners ain't good, if you ain't got no elite people in the secondary, he gon' if he don't throw that bitch, he gonna be running. And that man 6'5", 240. You wanna get in front of him. Fuck you talking about. Who wanna get in front of him? He gonna lower his shoulder. He running motherfuckers over. So you just got to go into the game and you gotta know that. But I'm just disappointed in the Ravens because Lamar Jackson had them right there in the driver's spot. They had the lead. Derrick Henry had a monster game. D Hop out there doing D Hop things, catching one hand passes over two motherfuckers. You feel me? Zay Flowers had a good game. You feel me? Like the team played a very great game all the way up until
That man Diggs said one crucial turnover by Henry late. They should have went for it on fourth down.
he said they should have or shouldn't.
Should have went for it.
Why won't you? You see what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you go for it on fourth down? You got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson in the fucking backfield, bro. That's the thing. And then you got other running backs you can bring in too if you want to do anything. But Derrick Henry fumble. I almost forgot that Derrick Henry fumble was critical, and that was a very fucking good play by the defender. You feel me? That was a very good play by the defender to go for that punch like that while he sees Derrick Henry stiff arming motherfucker down. He went and ripped right for the ball. That was a very high IQ play for that by that defender. I ain't gonna lie. He should have got that game ball. I ain't gonna lie, but that's the type of team the Bills is. Like I was saying, they built that's the type of team they is. If you let them linger around long enough, Josh Allen gonna start making plays, bro. Josh Allen gonna start making plays. You gotta put them away and you gotta quiet Josh Allen. Cause if you don't, it's the type of shit that's gonna happen. You feel me? All he had to do was get his team in field goal range on bro. And he did that. And I was on my way out. I was on my way out, my OG had a bet in. She like, oh, you think the Ravens finna win? I say, Mom, who got the ball? She say, hold on, let me see. She say, the Bills got the ball. I say, what's the score? She say 41-38. I say, oh, Buffalo finna win. Because he got the ball. Like, you feel me? Like, I ain't gonna lie. They finna win, bro. Like, I told her that, like, yeah, you probably finna lose your bet. You feel me? Buffalo got the ball last. Like, yeah, it's probably over with for you. I ain't gonna lie. And they end up losing. You feel me? I just think how it was gonna go. You feel me? But the ultimately too, when people go back and look at that Bills tape, they got holes. People can run the ball on them. People can pass the ball on them. You feel me? You know you can jump out hot on that team. They ain't really got no playmakers like that on that defense. So you can run the ball. Derrick Henry ran the ball for over 100 yards. Lamar Jackson had like 60 yards rushing. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna be able to make plays on that defense. It's just all about containing Josh Allen. That's it, bro. If you can contain Josh Allen, you can pull out them victories, bro. That's that. Uh, and then I say the last game for last. I hope
That man Diggs said that was the AFC matchup.
I I promise you, and I said that, and I loved that game because it just gave an atmosphere on a week one. You got a motherfucking AFC Championship game type atmosphere because it's already built up. Because you just put them out a couple of months ago. You just put me out a couple of months ago, bro. Now I got to see you in the opener, and the vibe and the whole that whole atmosphere was just like a playoff atmosphere. Like they was finna get ready and go to the Super Bowl. That's how they was looking at it. You feel me? And Josh Allen, shit, hey man, somebody passed me my cape. That nigga turned into Clark Kent out that bitch on bro. Put that cape on and he showed why it really. I don't want to say it, but he showed why they gave him the MVP last year. Shit, for real, bro. When it was time to be clutch, he was clutch. Shit, yeah, I gotta give it to him. He came up in the clutch on bro. But I hope you still on that, Cozy, because I say the best game for last on bro. I say the best game for last. Chicago versus Minnesota. Chicago versus Minnesota on bro. They lost the game 27-24. Let's talk about it. 11-point lead in a fourth quarter. You feel me? Now everybody know. You feel me? not everybody, but people that know, they know I'm a Michigan fan, bro. I'm a Michigan fan. My favorite all-time player in college football is motherfucking Charles Woodson. You feel me? I love Charles Woodson, bro. My favorite corner ever is Charles Woodson. He went to Michigan. You feel me? Bro. I love Michigan football, bro. Big Ten football. I grew up on football. If you from Chicago, you grew up watching Big Ten because they Big Ten network. I grew up off that. You feel me? I love Michigan. And JJ McCarthy, I don't know why. I always just fuck with him since he been at Michigan. You feel me? He just been always a player that just can get the job done for you. You feel me? He get the job done. He ain't trying to be too flashy, too fancy or nothing. He just going in there. He gonna get what you need me to do. I bet I'm finna get it done. You feel me? And I feel like he taking that same attitude into the NFL with him. You feel me? But I want to talk about the Bears though, cause man, y'all was talking all that. Now y'all got Patrick Mahomes, old offensive coordinator. Y'all got Detroit, old offensive coordinator, bro. And y'all still didn't look like y'all supposed to.
That man Big said, "Nah, I grew up watching Big at the Oklahoma thing."
Oh my bad, I forgot you a Sooner fan.
Hey, you see what we just did to Michigan?
Hey man, we don't do that. Don't do that to me, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that to me, coach. Y'all just spanked us. Y'all did spank us, but they ain't got Michigan ain't had nobody like JJ McCarthy playing quarterback. You feel me? I feel like they kind of overhyping that freshman up a little bit, and he ain't really showed too much to be hyped up like that. You feel me? But I see your Oklahoma Sooners. I see your Oklahoma Sooners. You feel me? I'm talking about me. I grew up all Big Ten ball, Juice Williams fighting Illini football. You feel me? But back to your Bears, man. This Ben Johnson offense, I feel like
The man Big said JJ only handed off.
he only handed. And he did, but that's why I was impressed with his stat line because his stat line was the same thing you synced in college. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing impressive he did, but he got the W though. That's what the most impressive part is. You feel me? And then you got to think about it too. Like in this situation, you down 11 on the road, division game. You feel me? Divisional game. You feel me? He practically a rookie right now. He ain't play a snap of. He played one game. He played one game in his preseason, his rookie year. You feel me? That was it. After that, to his meniscus. Never played again. You feel me? This is a tough situation. A lot of people fold in these situations. You see what I'm saying? He rised up and did what he needed to do. And he did the same thing at Michigan. That's why it wasn't surprising to me. You feel me? He kind of reminded me of a Jim McMahon 2.0. You feel me? Like Jim McMahon wasn't nothing too special, but he made a lot of good plays for Chicago. Man can play, but it's like he still got things he need to work on that I'm not seeing. You see what I'm saying? Last year, I was on him about throwing a deep ball. Throwing a deep ball. He was inaccurate a lot. He didn't complete a lot of passes downfield for big games. He didn't do it. You feel me? And now he coming into his second year, and he's still having these problems. You feel me? He missed about three or four downfield passes that could have had them the lead way out of reach than what it was. You see what I'm saying? So he missed a couple of them, and then some plays he didn't even try to make the throw. You feel me? And then on top of that, y'all still don't got no running back. You feel me? Couldn't run the ball. He back there running for his life in the second half. I ain't gonna lie, that was the only thing Minnesota really. Once the offense turned up in the fourth quarter, but before that, the defense just started blitzing his ass because he knew once you could tell once Caleb Williams get the scrambling a lot, he's shaky in the pocket. You feel me? He throwing the ball before he ready. You feel me? He thinking he gonna get hit. You see what I'm saying? He ain't sitting back there calm trying to make plays. He in there trying to make sure he don't get hit. He don't want to get hit at all. He play to me, he down there play frantic and scared. You feel me? He hit a lot of short down dink passes, and his best throw was to Romeo Aduzier down the sideline when he was on the run outside the pocket, and he made that dart down the sideline. Other than that, he missed DJ Moore on a wide open pass. You feel me? He didn't throw the ball to Romeo Aduzier on an open post because he didn't want to stand in the pocket and deliver the pass. You feel me? So it's a lot of things he got to work on. But ultimately, I thought y'all, the way the Bears fans was talking, y'all felt like y'all was just headed. Y'all feel y'all was gonna win the division. Y'all talking about Super Bowl. That team didn't look like no Super Bowl team. You feel me? I mean, early on, y'all was showing promise. You feel me? Scoring the ball and shit. Y'all was stopping the Vikings offense. You feel me? But once the Vikings got it going, you feel me, and they made it a game again. It was like the Bears kind of tucked their tails, and shit, JJ McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings wanted the more, and shit, they came out with that victory. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, Caleb Williams did get him a chance, did get him a chance to win again, but he shot himself in the foot again. You feel me? The intentional grounding he got on against him, which led to Santos missing the field goal. So it's like it's still a lot of stuff he got to work on, bro. That I feel like and all through training camp, that's what Ben Johnson was getting on his ass, getting on his ass, getting on his ass. You feel me? He got to make plays for y'all. You feel me? He got to make plays. He got to throw the ball downfield. You feel me? He threw the ball 35 times and only had 210 yards passing. You feel me? Jared Goff was throwing for 400 passing yards. You feel me? Efficiently, though. 27 for 29s and 30 for 33 and shit like that. He was really making that offense look great. Jameer Gibbs and them running backs was looking great. You feel me? I know they ain't got the same personnel as the Bears. The Bears ain't got the same personnel as the Lions. But look, you got to look at it. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he just started coming as one of the top receivers in the league. DJ Moore, he like an Amon-Ra St. Brown. He a Pro Bowler. You feel me? He was acknowledged as when they brought him to Chicago. He was acknowledged as a nice top receiver. You feel me? I ain't gonna say like no top five or nothing like that, but he was considered a nice receiver. You feel me? He went over 1,000 yards with Justin Fields. You feel me? So I don't see what's wrong. You feel me? You got Romeo Duzier, who had a real solid rookie season. He went over 1,000 yards last season. So his expectations should be through the roof. You feel me? Y'all paid the tight end that y'all love so much. Y'all drafted another tight end. You feel me? Y'all drafted on that offensive line, added to the offensive line. But and like I said, y'all when he got the Kansas City where he played guard or center, he washed. I told y'all that was he washed, bro. I don't even know why y'all paid him that bread. Why you think Kansas City was letting him go? Y'all ain't see what the fuck Pat Mahomes was doing last year, running for his life. Like, so y'all when they got him, it was a waste of money right there. You feel me? So they gotta put it together though. They gotta put it together. So we gonna see though. But as of that game though, they ain't show enough fight to me. I ain't gonna lie, the Bears ain't show enough fight. I feel like they kind of shut down. Minnesota came out and punched them in the mouth in that fourth quarter and took that game right out their hands on, bro. But y'all leave a comment and let me know what y'all think about week one recap. I know I missed a couple of games, but I only put the games that I really enjoyed myself. You feel me? That really had me on the like edge of my seat. Like what the fuck? Like who finna win? You feel me? So yeah, if I missed the game that y'all think I should have talked about, y'all let me know in the comments and I'll talk about that shit. You feel me? But I want to get into these upcoming games. You feel me? I want to give y'all my picks too, cause I'm putting these take y'all can listen to me. I'm putting these picks in for me so I can win me some money too next week. You feel me? And starting with tonight's game, you feel me? I've been telling people I'm gonna stay away from the game, but I really want to go with the Commanders. You feel me? I really want to go with the Commanders. Jaden Daniels looked real good in his second season. He looked poised. He looked real comfortable in that offense. They ran the ball good. Debo Samuels went off for a big game. Terry had a nice game. Like Washington looked like they picked up where they left off last year. You feel me? That defense looked very good. You feel me? They got after Russell Wilson. You feel me? They caused turnovers. So, like I say, if Jordan Love turn that ball over, it's gonna be a tough game for the Packers. So I'm going with the Commanders. I feel like the Commanders gonna pull out this game. I feel like Jaden Daniels gonna probably he gonna ball out. I feel like him, Terry McLaurin, and Debo Samuels, them they finna ball out tonight against Green Bay. So if y'all picking and whatever y'all gambling on, go with the Commanders tonight for sure.
That man Big said I'm rolling with Washington tonight.
You know it. You see it. Hey, and he that's a gambler. You feel me? He a gambler. Go with the Washington Commanders. I ain't gonna lie. They looked real good. Bro, they looked real good. Uh Next week we got Bears versus Lions. Now they got another tough game going up. You feel me? Ben Johnson going up against his old team. You feel me? I'm taking the Bears. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm taking the Bears just because that Detroit Lions offense just was ass, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like that offense was ass, bro. You couldn't run the ball with Jameer Gibbs. You could barely throw the ball. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm going with Chicago. If Chicago can come out and start the game like they did in the beginning with Minnesota and keep their foot on the gas and that defense play good and they not get so many fucking penalties. That's what shot them in the ass too. They got 12 fucking penalties. You can't like that's so undisciplined. They gotta clean that shit up. If they go in there on their business, stand on business, they gonna go in there and win that game. So take the Chicago Bears in that game too. You feel me? And take Caleb Williams down for a couple of stats. I feel like he gonna probably have a nice game against that against the Detroit Lions too. You feel me? Uh, Another good game gonna be the Seahawks and the Steelers. The Seahawks played a real good game against the 49ers. You feel me? Uh, he Cooper Cup and them, and they ain't really do too much like that. But it was a real to me. It was a more defensive battle with 49ers and the Seahawks. The Seahawks defense do look good. You feel me? The Seahawks defense do look good, but ultimately, I feel like the Steelers gonna pull this victory out. You feel me? Like I say, look for the Steelers to clean that shit up on defense. They ain't gonna give up no another 32 points. You feel me? I feel like they gonna really lock in against Seattle. I got Aaron Rodgers going for like another 2 touchdowns on bro. So I'm going with the Steelers over the Seahawks in that game on bro. Bills versus Jets. I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, everybody don't gotta take this bet. You feel me? I saying this gonna be my upset game. You feel me? This why I feel like this one's gonna be my money maker at. You feel me? I'm gonna take the Jets over the Bills. You feel me? Just because the Jets ran the ball so fucking good. They ran the ball so good against the Steelers. If they go into that game against the Bills, running that ball like that, controlling that clock, and Justin Fields have a nice clean game, I feel like they can pull out a good. I feel like they can pull out a win against them because the defensive line against the Jets look good, and they defense played a very good game. You feel me? They played Aaron Rodgers, and they finna play Josh Allen. But I just feel like I said, the way the Jets ran the ball, I feel like that's gonna be my sleeper team on that bet. So I'm taking the Jets. I'm taking the Jets over the Bills. So
That man Big said Josh Allen's gonna tear that defense apart.
we finna see. We finna see because like I say, he don't got no number one receiver. So Sauce Gardner finna be on Keon Coleman. So what's the little slot dude named Shakir? He gonna have to have a big game. He gonna have to show up. I ain't gonna lie, he gonna have to show up for real. You feel me? James Cook gonna have to show up. They gonna have to be able to run the ball. Cause like I say, one thing the Jets is a defensive team, so they gonna get out to Josh Allen. They gonna throw them blitzes on him. So when he try to get out the pocket, they gonna be having them people ready for him. I feel like they gonna if they smart, have that contain. You feel me? Have that linebacker in contain. You feel me? And make sure people stay in their rush lanes. You feel me? They can come out with an upset. I'm trying to tell you, I believe they can. And then like I said, the Bills got a lot of holes on their defenses too that the Jets did have but don't have. Because like I say, when they came down to the stretch, the Jets did play some good defense. DK Metcalf just made a crazy ass catch to get that first down and give Boswell a chance to kick that field goal. You feel me? Bro. Uh, the Jags versus the Bengals. I'm going with the Bengals. I'm looking for Joe Burrow and them to bounce back, especially against the Jaguars. I'm looking for T. Higgins and Jamar Chase both to have a big game. You feel me? Especially Jamar Chase, but definitely take the Bengals over the Jets though. I mean over the Jags for sure, because he ain't finna keep throwing for no 113 yards and no shit like that. I got Joe Burrow going for over 200 yards and at least 2 touchdowns. You feel me? So take the Bengals if y'all bet on that game. You feel me? The Ravens versus the Browns. If the Browns come out playing ball like they did against Joe Burrow and them, shit, I ain't gonna lie. I'm still taking the Ravens because shit, they got fucking Joe Flacco. They got motherfucking Joe Flacco at quarterback. Until the Browns make a motherfucking quarterback change, don't bet, don't pick no game for them to win. Especially these the first 3 to 4 games, bro. Don't pick them to win none of these games at all. Go with Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Put y'all money all on them. Ravens winning that. And the Eagles versus the Chiefs, Super Bowl rematch. I got my Chiefs. I got my Chiefs winning that game. You feel me? Even though Jalen Carter gonna be back, even though I feel like he should be suspended, because that is the most disrespectful shit you could do to a motherfucker is spit on a motherfucker on bro. And I'm surprised that Prescott ain't dab out that shit on bro. His ass tweaked out, but he gonna be playing in the game versus the Chiefs. But I feel like they said I just said I seen some reports that Wordy supposed to be back in practice. So depending on how good he look and how I guess the week go, if he able to play, I got my Kansas City them coming out with that W. You feel me? I ain't finna never go against my Kansas City Chiefs. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes still had a good game. He still threw for almost 300 yards. You feel me? He had a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. You still got Travis Kelce out there. You feel me? You still got Juju Smith Schuster out there. You feel me? So you just gotta make it do what it do. You feel me? You gotta go out there and run the ball with Pacheco, get him going in the passing game too. You feel me? You gotta do what you gotta do right now. But then my picks for the upcoming week, and yeah, man, that's the cap for the today's show, Joe. On bro, y'all already know, man. I'm finna get ready and go watch this motherfucking Thursday night game and see if the Commanders finna win. But y'all already know, man. This was another episode of Great Conversations and Guests, man, with your boy Turbo. Like I said, man, I'm real happy to be back in front of the camera with y'all, man, to talk this shit for this football season, man. But remember, like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Make sure y'all add me on Facebook at John Morant. For y'all that got Instagram, add me on Instagram at DMG Turbo. Add the podcast Instagram at Great Convo Guests underscore. You feel me? Make sure y'all get my boy behind the lens at Taj underscore Miller. And y'all already know, as long as y'all keep fucking with us, we gonna keep dropping this shit.